Most businesses don't fail because of one dramatic mistake. They fail because of a series of small decisions that feel reasonable at the time. That's why failure is rarely visible early on. It hides behind stable revenue, confident leadership, and routines that feel familiar. From the outside, everything looks under control. From the inside, nothing feels urgent. If you want to understand why businesses really fail, stop focusing on the collapse. The collapse is only the final scene. The real story happens much earlier, when the warning signs are still quiet. One of the first hidden causes is misplaced confidence. Success creates comfort. And comfort slowly changes how leaders think. When something works for years, trust shifts away from signals and toward systems. Uncomfortable questions feel unnecessary. Not because leaders are careless, but because nothing appears broken. Over time, confidence doesn't just grow, it narrows perspective. What once brought clarity starts creating blind spots. Another major cause is delayed action. Early warning signs don't arrive as alarms. They arrive as small inconsistencies. A slight change in customer behavior. A dip that corrects itself. A competitor that feels irrelevant. Each signal is easy to dismiss on its own. So decisions are postponed. Not out of laziness, but out of caution. Waiting feels smart. Waiting feels mature. But every delay quietly removes options. Then there is internal comfort. Inside the organization, everything seems to function well. Processes are smooth. Meetings are efficient. Reports look clean. People feel busy and productive. This creates the illusion that control exists everywhere. When the internal world feels stable, leaders assume the external world is also stable. But markets don't move at the pace of internal processes. They shift silently. And comfort slowly replaces curiosity. Experience is another hidden cause, and one of the most dangerous. Experience is powerful, but only when it remains flexible. When past success becomes the main lens for interpreting the present, new information is filtered instead of examined. Trends are dismissed because they don't resemble history. Customer behavior is minimized because it doesn't match expectations. What once protected the company begins to restrict it. Experience stops guiding decisions and starts defending the past. Fear also plays a role, often disguised as logic. Fear of overreacting. Fear of being wrong. Fear of looking foolish. So leaders search for safer explanations instead of honest ones. They ask for more data, more confirmation, more time, without realizing that clarity often comes after movement, not before it. Another overlooked cause is the loss of healthy tension. Strong organizations argue. They challenge assumptions. They debate uncomfortable ideas. When harmony becomes more important than truth, disagreement fades. Problems don't disappear, they become invisible. Silence replaces criticism. And silence allows small issues to grow unchecked. Businesses also fail when success becomes the destination instead of learning. When metrics matter more than understanding. When growth is tracked, but insight is ignored. Learning slows down, not because people lack ability, but because they believe they already know enough. Curiosity declines quietly. The most dangerous part is that none of this feels like failure while it's happening. There is no panic.
No urgency.
No breaking point. Just logical decisions that make sense in the moment. That's why the real causes of business failure are so difficult to identify. They don't look like mistakes. They look like patience. They look like stability. They look like professionalism. But these hidden causes compound. And by the time failure becomes visible, the company is no longer choosing between good and bad decisions. It is choosing between bad and worse ones. If you truly want to understand why businesses fail, don't ask when they collapsed. Ask when they stopped listening. When they delayed action. When they stopped questioning themselves. Because businesses don't fail when everything goes wrong. They fail when everything goes right for too long, without reflection. And when the warning signs finally become obvious, they are no longer warnings. They are consequences.